The 9 zodiac signs most affected. 1. Capricorn, when strength becomes your heaviest chain. Capricorn, this message is for the one who never stops. The one who wakes up already carrying the day on their shoulders, who keeps promises even when it costs sleep, joy, or breath. If you're a Capricorn, you've likely been praised your entire life for being dependable, composed, and unshakable. You're the person others lean on in a crisis, the one who stays standing when everything around you feels uncertain. But here's the uncomfortable truth that 2026 begins to reveal: what once protected you may now be what weighs you down. The fire energy of this year doesn't challenge your competence, it challenges your endurance. And for the first time in a long while, sheer willpower may not be enough. You may notice it in subtle ways at first. A deeper exhaustion that rest doesn't fully fix. A sharper reaction to criticism you'd normally brush off. A quiet sense that no matter how much you do, it never feels like enough. This isn't failure. It's a signal. A sign that the version of strength you've been living by is overdue for an update. In American culture, especially, Capricorn energy is rewarded early and often. Work hard, push through. Be productive, don't complain. Success is measured by output, not inner peace. Capricorn learns this language fluently. But 2026 speaks a different dialect. It asks questions Capricorn isn't used to answering. What happens when you slow down and nothing falls apart? Who are you when you stop carrying everyone else? Where does your value come from when you're not fixing, managing, or achieving? Fire energy amplifies pressure, and for Capricorn, setting the scene, the year of fire doesn't just burn. In every decade, there's a year that doesn't ask you to change, it demands it. 2026 carries that kind of energy. Not loud, not explosive at first, but like a slow heat building in the background. It begins to shift the atmosphere before you even know what's changing. It's called the Year of the Fire Horse. And it's not just a metaphor. In energy terms, fire years bring intensity, acceleration, and emotional magnification. But when that fire is paired with the wild, uncontained spirit of the horse, something rare and spiritually significant, it creates a wave that doesn't move around you. It moves through you. This isn't about astrology for fun or for personality tests. This is about energetic weather. And just like storms in the sky, you don't have to believe in them to feel them. They arrive either way. In fire years, pressure builds beneath the surface. We speak faster. We react sharper. We expect more from ourselves, from others, from life. What normally feels like a small frustration can suddenly feel like a breaking point. What used to be a slight misstep can spiral into a larger emotional fallout. And for those already running on low emotional reserves, parents, caregivers, overachievers, quiet givers who never ask for help, 2026 could feel like a spotlight on everything you've been trying to hold together. But here's the truth that most people miss: fire energy doesn't only burn what's bad. It burns everything. Even the peace you've worked so hard to build. Even the version of you that looks strong, but hasn't rested in years. And that's where the danger lies, not in disaster, but in disconnection. We get so used to surviving, we forget to notice when we've stopped feeling. That's what fire does. It doesn't announce itself with drama. It creeps in through impatience, burnout, mood swings, sleepless nights, or the quiet sense that something just feels off. 2026 is the kind of year that speeds up what was already unraveling. If you've been avoiding difficult conversations, delaying rest, numbing your feelings with distractions, or ignoring that inner voice asking for something different, this is the year it catches up. And not all at once, but in waves, in little cracks in your routine, in a moment that pushes you too far and surprises even you. And while it will touch everyone in different ways, 9 zodiac signs are particularly aligned with this energetic shift. Not because they're flawed, but because their natural emotional rhythms, sensitive, fast-moving, deeply invested, are more vulnerable to fire's accelerating pace. If you're one of them, your usual ways of coping might not be enough. You may feel things more deeply, react more strongly, or need to pull back before you're truly ready. That's not failure, that's your signal. Because fire is not here to ruin you. It's here to reveal what can't come with you anymore. And for those who can sense the shift before it peaks, You're not just surviving 2026. You're transforming through it. The 9 zodiac signs most affected. 1. Capricorn, when strength becomes your heaviest chain. Capricorn, this message is for the one who never stops. The one who wakes up already carrying the day on their shoulders, who keeps promises even when it costs sleep, joy, or breath. If you're a Capricorn, you've likely been praised your entire life for being dependable, composed, and unshakable. You're the person others lean on in a crisis, the one who stays standing when everything around you feels uncertain. But here's the uncomfortable truth that 2026 begins to reveal: what once protected you may now be what weighs you down. The fire energy of this year doesn't challenge your competence, it challenges your endurance. And for the first time in a long while, sheer willpower may not be enough. You may notice it in subtle ways at first. A deeper exhaustion that rest doesn't fully fix. A sharper reaction to criticism you'd normally brush off. A quiet sense that no matter how much you do, it never feels like enough. This isn't failure. It's a signal. A sign that the version of strength you've been living by is overdue for an update. In American culture, especially, Capricorn energy is rewarded early and often. Work hard, push through. Be productive, don't complain. Success is measured by output, not inner peace. Capricorn learns this language fluently. But 2026 speaks a different dialect. It asks questions Capricorn isn't used to answering. What happens when you slow down and nothing falls apart? Who are you when you stop carrying everyone else? Where does your value come from when you're not fixing, managing, or achieving? Fire energy amplifies pressure, and for Capricorn, pressure has always been familiar, almost comforting. But this year, the pressure changes shape. It becomes internal. The expectations you place on yourself grow heavier than those placed on you by the world. One small mistake may feel disproportionately painful. One delayed result may spark self-doubt that cuts deeper than logic would suggest. You might still look composed on the outside, still show up, still perform, but inside, there's a quiet reckoning taking place. A realization that strength without softness leads to burnout, not fulfillment. This is the emotional crossroads Capricorn faces in 2026. Not a collapse, but a confrontation. The fire doesn't want to destroy what you've built. It wants to test whether it's sustainable. You've mastered responsibility, discipline, and sacrifice. Now the lesson shifts. Can you set something down without guilt? Can you rest without explaining yourself? Can you admit, if only privately, that you're tired? Many Capricorns will feel tempted to double down this year, to work harder, stay busier, and push through the discomfort. That instinct is understandable, but it's also where the risk lies. Fire doesn't respond well to resistance. The more you grip control, the hotter it burns. The invitation of 2026 is quieter and far more challenging. Loosen the chain. Let go of one expectation that was never truly yours. Say no once without justifying it. Allow yourself to be human, not heroic. This isn't about doing less forever. It's about learning when enough is enough. What makes this moment powerful, not frightening, is that Capricorn is uniquely capable of integrating this lesson. You don't need to abandon your ambition or discipline. You need to redirect it inward. Build a life that supports you as much as you support everything else. Because if you listen closely, the fire isn't accusing you. It's asking you something vital. What would strength look like if it also included care? The answer to that question doesn't just shape your 2026. It sets the tone for everything that follows. 2. Pisces, when water boils, it stops flowing. There's a kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from doing too much, it comes from feeling too much. If you're a Pisces, you already know this intimately. You don't just listen to people, you absorb them. Their words, their moods, their energy. You can walk into a room and instantly sense who's hurting, who's hiding, and who's pretending to be okay. That sensitivity is your gift, but in 2026, it can also become your greatest challenge. Because when fire energy dominates a year, like it will in 2026, it doesn't gently warm the water. It brings it to a boil. And when water boils, it stops flowing. It loses its softness, its grace, its rhythm. The same thing can happen to you. Pisces doesn't thrive in chaos. You thrive in quiet harmony in late-night talks, in music that stirs the heart, in moments when nothing is said, but everything is felt. But this coming year may pull you into situations that feel too loud, too fast, too harsh. Things that used to roll off your back might now feel sharper. Someone else's stress might suddenly sit in your chest as if it were your own. Emotional boundaries that were already thin may begin to blur completely, until you can't tell where your feelings end and someone else's begin. And that's where it starts, not with a breakdown, but with a slow leak. A drop in your sleep quality. A rise in overthinking. A slight edge of sadness that doesn't seem to have a name. You'll still function. You'll still smile. But inside, there's a current building, and it's not the peaceful kind. 2026 tests Pisces in ways that aren't always visible to others. You may be more sensitive to news, to noise, to sudden changes in plans. You might feel scattered, like you're swimming in circles, but not really going anywhere. And because your default response is to adapt, to understand, to support, to soothe, you might not even realize how far from center you've drifted until something inside you begins to feel numb. That's the signal. Not when you break, but when you stop caring as much as you used to. When your empathy turns into silence. When your giving becomes exhaustion. But there's another path. Fire doesn't have to destroy, it can refine. And Pisces, you more than anyone else, have the power to return to your element when things become too hot to handle. The key is intentional retreat, not escape. Create soft rituals. Surround yourself with stillness. Water calms fire not by fighting it, but by remembering what flow feels like. Whether it's meditating near a window, journaling beside a candle, or just sitting quietly with a warm cup of tea, your healing won't come from action. It will come from allowance. Allowing yourself to feel without fixing. Allowing yourself to be tired without guilt. Allowing yourself to create space between what's yours and what isn't. In Western culture, especially in a world that praises resilience over receptivity, Pisces often gets overlooked. But 2026 doesn't need you to be stronger. It needs you to be clearer. Clearer about what drains you. Clearer about what brings you peace. Clearer about who truly earns a place in your emotional landscape. This is a year to protect your energy like you would protect a sacred space, because that's exactly what it is. You are the well others draw from, but a dry well serves no one. Let yourself refill slowly, tenderly, on your own terms. The fire may rage around you, but it doesn't have to burn through you. Your softness is not weakness. It's the very thing that, when honored, makes you unstoppable. Don't lose that. Don't harden. Just return to stillness, to self, to flow. Because when water moves with intention, it doesn't just survive fire, it carves through it. 3 Aries. When fire meets fire, it doesn't glow, it explodes. There's something magnetic about Aries. The way you step into a room and shift the temperature, the way your words cut straight through noise, the way your energy makes people believe in motion again. You're not here to wait. You're here to lead, to act, to move. But in 2026, that natural fire within you meets something just as fierce, the explosive, unpredictable fire energy of the year itself. And when fire meets fire, it doesn't glow, it explodes. This isn't a critique of your passion. It's a warning about the fuel. Because when everything around you speeds up, deadlines, conversations, expectations, and your instinct is to meet that speed with even more momentum, you might find yourself constantly on edge. Frustration may rise faster. Little delays might feel like personal attacks. One thoughtless comment could suddenly trigger a reaction that surprises even you. That's not just mood. That's fire looking for an outlet, and you, Aries, are the match. This year, your usual quick decisions may not land as safely. Impulses that once pushed you forward could lead to unnecessary conflict or misunderstood intentions. You may say things too fast, commit too quickly, leave too soon, and yet it's not because you mean harm. It's because you're wired to move. But 2026 demands a different kind of power from you, not the spark that starts the fire, but the wisdom to control its direction. Not every spark is meant to become a flame. Aries often gets celebrated for boldness, especially in Western culture, where fast decisions and fearless action are praised. But even strong instincts need filters. The challenge of 2026 isn't whether you're brave enough to act. It's whether you're wise enough to wait. Because here's what no one tells you about restraint: it's not weakness. It's mastery. It's one deep breath before the reply that changes everything. One pause that saves the relationship. One silent exit instead of the argument that lingers. You may notice this in your relationships more than anywhere else. People you love might feel more distant or more sensitive. Miscommunications may flare up faster. And if you don't slow down, you may unintentionally create space where closeness used to be. That's not who you are. But it can become the outcome if the heat isn't managed. Fire can create warmth, or it can leave ashes. The choice is in how you hold it. So what does balance look like for Aries in 2026? It's in your rituals. Gentle physical movement. Breathing techniques. Evening walks instead of late-night scrolling. It's carrying grounding stones, or lighting calming incense, not to change who you are, but to soften the sharpness when needed. It's letting silence speak more often. Letting your body rest before it snaps. It's allowing yourself to respond instead of react. This is not a year to fight your fire, it's a year to guide it. Let it fuel your purpose, not your pain. Let it light your way forward, not scorch the path behind you. Because when you learn to hold your power without spilling it, you don't lose your fire. You become the flame everyone trusts to follow. And that kind of fire builds empires. For Cancer, when your shell cracks from the inside. Cancer, you've always been the quiet strength behind so many people's lives. The safe place. The one who remembers birthdays, senses the mood before anyone speaks, and somehow keeps everyone else grounded even when you're unraveling inside. You don't just feel deeply, you carry deeply. And in a world that rarely pauses to ask how the caretakers are doing, 2026 may be the year you start asking that question yourself. Because here's the truth: when the fire energy of 2026 spreads across the emotional landscape, it doesn't only test tempers, it tests tenderness. And no sign feels that test more intimately than Cancer. You might not explode like Aries or scatter like Gemini, but your stress accumulates silently, layer by layer, like water building behind a dam. And the danger isn't in the dramatic outburst, it's in the slow erosion you don't talk about. The cracked shell no one sees until something vital slips through it. This year, that inner weight may feel heavier. Expectations spoken and unspoken could feel overwhelming. The roles you play so naturally, nurturer, listener, fixer, may start to feel like masks that no longer fit. You may find yourself pulling back, not because you don't care, but because you're tired in ways you can't quite explain. You may crave solitude but feel lonely inside it. You may love deeply but feel misunderstood in return. And the hardest part? People around you might not notice, because you've gotten so good at holding everything together. Cancer's greatest strength, your emotional sensitivity, can also become a source of quiet pain in a high-pressure year. You feel the temperature of a room before anyone else does. You anticipate needs before they're spoken. But who's doing that for you? If you're not careful, 2026 may turn you into a beautifully kept house with no one living in it. Present on the outside, but distant within, this is your warning and your invitation. You're not weak for needing care. You're human for needing space. This isn't a call to drop every responsibility. It's a call to redistribute the weight. To realize that love without boundaries becomes depletion. That presence without rest becomes performance. And that the people who truly love you won't stop needing you if you take a step back. In fact, they might finally understand how much you've been giving. But they can only do that if you let them see you. So what does that look like? It looks like speaking up when something hurts instead of swallowing it. It means scheduling time for yourself and protecting it like you protect everyone else's needs. It's choosing one honest conversation over 10 more days of silent resentment. It's letting tears come without apology, letting someone else take the lead without guilt, letting go of the idea that your love only counts when it costs you everything. In a culture that glorifies independence, Cancer is often told to toughen up. But 2026 reminds you of something deeper. Your softness isn't the problem, it's the answer. When honored, it heals. When repressed, it hardens, and you were never meant to harden. You were meant to feel, to connect, to comfort, but also to be comforted. Let this be the year you stop asking for permission to take up emotional space. Let this be the year your shell doesn't have to crack to get your attention, because when you honor your own sensitivity as much as you honor everyone else's, that's not weakness. That's healing. That's home. 5 Virgo, when perfection becomes a prison. Virgo, you don't need to be told you're responsible. You live it. Every day. In the details no one else notices, in the way you triple check what others barely glance at, in how you make sure things run smoothly, even if it means running yourself into the ground. Your mind never really stops, does it? It's always calculating, correcting, improving. And while that sharpness is your superpower, in 2026, it may become the very thing that starts to wear you down from the inside. This is a year ruled by fire energy, a force that speeds things up, that stirs what's hidden, that amplifies pressure. And for Virgo, pressure is already a default state. You don't wait to be asked. You anticipate. You don't complain. You adapt. But what happens when you're already at capacity and life keeps demanding more? What happens when the systems you've built so carefully no longer feel like support, but more like walls closing in? That's the silent danger of 2026 for you. Not dramatic breakdowns, not public chaos, but quiet, invisible burnout that looks like overfunctioning. You'll still get things done, still meet deadlines, still show up, but underneath, there's exhaustion, there's emotional depletion, there's the subtle ache of never feeling like it's enough, like you're enough. That's what perfectionism does. It doesn't just push you forward, it punishes you for pausing. And this year, that punishment may feel louder than usual. You may find yourself more reactive to mistakes, yours or others. You might feel irritated by mess, disorganization, or inconsistency in people's words and actions. Small things that used to be easy to let go suddenly feel like breaking points. And because Virgo often ties their worth to usefulness, you may start to equate rest with laziness, or feel guilty for slowing down even when every part of you is begging for stillness. But here's what fire teaches: some things aren't meant to be polished. Some things, like people, like emotions, like relationships, aren't supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to breathe. And so, Are You 2026 invites you to loosen the grip, to release the constant need to control every variable. Because control may keep things neat, but it doesn't always keep you sane. This isn't about becoming careless. It's about becoming kinder to yourself. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to earn rest. You're allowed to feel tired even if you haven't checked every box. You're allowed to let someone else take over, even if they won't do it the way you would. Your worth was never in the checklist. It was in the quiet integrity with which you show up. But even integrity needs replenishing. Even excellence needs space to be human. So what now? What can help? Think softness. Think rituals that soothe rather than optimize. Tea instead of coffee. Journaling without a goal. Long walks with no agenda. Conversations that don't have to lead to solutions. Bring peace into your body first and let your mind follow. Light a candle, not for ambience, but as a symbol that even light can be gentle. Let go of perfect outcomes. Choose progress over pressure. Choose presence over productivity. Virgo, you're not behind if you rest. You're not broken if things don't go as planned. You're not failing if you don't fix everything. You're evolving. Quietly. Gracefully. And if you allow yourself to soften this year, to stop chasing flawless and start embracing real, you might discover that your greatest power was never in the perfection. It was in the peace you were always allowed to feel, but never gave yourself permission to keep. 6 Libra, when balance becomes avoidance. Libra, you've always been the harmonizer, the bridge between people, the calm voice in chaos. You listen before you speak, you weigh before you act. You soften sharp moments with grace, and you diffuse tension almost without trying. In a world that too often rushes, your gift is making space for beauty, for fairness, for understanding. But in 2026, the fire energy sweeping across the emotional landscape doesn't leave much room for quiet compromise. This year doesn't ask for peace, it demands clarity. And that's where your challenge begins. Because the very thing that defines you, your deep need for balance, can, under pressure, become avoidance. And in 2026, avoiding conflict might cost you more than facing it ever would. This year, the emotional temperature rises. Conversations heat up faster. Misunderstandings carry more weight. Decisions you've been putting off could surface at the worst possible time. And while your instinct may be to smooth things over, to keep things steady, that instinct can also keep you stuck. Stuck in relationships that drain you. Stuck in jobs that no longer fit. Stuck in roles you've outgrown but are afraid to step out of because disrupting the peace feels worse than staying silent. But here's the truth Liber rarely wants to hear. Silence is not always kindness. Sometimes, it's self-erasure. And when you keep deferring your truth for the sake of someone else's comfort, the cost isn't just emotional, it's energetic. You start to disappear in your own life. You begin to feel invisible, not because people don't care, but because you've trained them not to notice your needs. That's not peace. That's depletion. 2026 may bring situations that feel unfair, conversations that feel confrontational, or choices that feel too weighted to make. But they're showing up for a reason. This year is not trying to break your balance, it's trying to make it real. Because real balance isn't quiet at any cost. It's alignment. Between what you feel and what you say, between what you want and what you allow, between who you are and how you live. This is a year to practice the kind of honesty that makes your voice tremble. To say no when yes would betray your truth. To stop softening every edge in the room if it means dulling yourself in the process. You don't have to become harsh, but you do need to become clear. Fire doesn't want you to fight, it wants you to stand. Not against someone, but for yourself. So what does this look like in practice? It might mean setting boundaries that make others uncomfortable. It might mean speaking first instead of waiting. It might mean leaving something that looks perfect on the outside, but feels empty when you're alone. And yes, it might mean choosing yourself, even when it disappoints someone else. Not out of selfishness, but out of self-respect. Create space for your own needs without apology. Let your home reflect your truth, not just what's aesthetic, but what feels safe. Use beauty as nourishment, not decoration. Surround yourself with softness, but don't use it as a shield. Meditate, yes, but also journal the truths you're afraid to say out loud. Light incense to calm your nervous system, but let your words carry the fire when needed. Libra, your grace is real, but so is your voice. And this year, the world doesn't need you to be agreeable. It needs you to be authentic. When you stop balancing for everyone else and start aligning for yourself, you don't lose your peace, you finally start living in it. 7 Scorpio, when old wounds speak louder than your voice. Scorpio, you've never lived on the surface. Even in your quietest moments, your inner world runs deep like a river, moving beneath still water. You feel more than you say. You notice what others miss. You hold memories like maps, charting every betrayal, every goodbye, every lesson learned the hard way. And because you've carried pain in silence, most people never realize just how much you've already survived. But in 2026, that survival instinct may not be enough. Because this year doesn't just stir your present, it reactivates your past. The fire energy of 2026 is raw, fast, and unfiltered. It doesn't ask for permission before it reveals what's been hiding. And for Scorpio, that means emotional doors you thought were closed may swing wide open. You may find yourself reacting strongly to things that shouldn't matter. An offhand comment cuts too deep. A small disagreement feels like abandonment. An old memory rises uninvited and sharp and lingers longer than logic can explain. This isn't regression, it's resurfacing. And it's not here to punish you. It's here to ask a harder question. What are you still carrying that you've never truly named? Scorpios are known for being intense. Yes, but that intensity often masks vulnerability. You protect your softest parts by building strong armor: control, distance, privacy. But in a fire year like this one, armor doesn't always hold. The heat seeps through. And if you're not prepared, you might find yourself retreating, shutting down, or pushing people away just when you need them most. Not because you don't want connection, but because your inner wounds are speaking louder than your voice. This year, your challenge isn't about strength, it's about softness. Can you admit you're still healing, even when others think you've already moved on? Can you feel anger or grief without letting it harden into silence? Can you let someone see what's underneath the calm exterior, not to be saved, but to be seen? The truth is, Scorpio's pain doesn't make you weak. It makes you real, and 2026 invites you to honor that reality. You don't need to relive your past to release it, but you do need to stop pretending it never happened. Healing is not forgetting, it's transforming. It's allowing what hurt you to become what frees you. So how do you do that? Start with small practices that feel safe. Burn incense not just for the scent, but for its symbolic cleansing. Write letters you'll never send. Let music take you where words can't. Use water, your ruling element, as your refuge. Baths, rain, ocean sounds. Let it move through you. Let it cool what fire threatens to inflame. Above all, find your sacred space, internally or in real life, where you can feel without editing. Whether it's therapy, a journal, a trusted friend, or an hour of silence before sunrise, give yourself somewhere to feel fully without performance. You've carried so much, Scorpio, but carrying doesn't equal closure. And you deserve more than quiet strength. You deserve softness. 2026 doesn't want to tear you open. It wants to help you let go intentionally, lovingly, on your own terms. When you choose to release what no longer fits, you reclaim more than peace. You reclaim your voice. And for a sign who spent years speaking in silence, that might just be your greatest transformation yet. 8 Sagittarius, when movement is no longer momentum. Sagittarius, you were born to move. To seek, to explore, to chase the next horizon. Whether it's a road trip, a new book, a big dream, or a deeper meaning, you've never been the type to sit still for long. Your curiosity is endless, your spirit hard to contain. But 2026 brings a different kind of terrain. One that doesn't respond to speed, one that asks not where you're going, but why you're running. This is a fire year. A fast, fiery year that accelerates everything: decisions, emotions, consequences. And while that might sound like your natural environment, this isn't the kind of fire that fuels forward motion. It's the kind that burns away distraction. That holds up a mirror and says, are you still chasing something that no longer calls you? For a sign that thrives on momentum, the biggest challenge in 2026 might not be getting stuck, it might be realizing you've been moving in the wrong direction for too long. You might feel this shift in subtle ways at first. Things that once thrilled you start to feel hollow. You cross finish lines, but the satisfaction fades quickly. You check off goals, but your heart doesn't rise the way it used to. You may find yourself questioning the very things you once built your life around. Was this path mine, or did I just keep walking because it felt easier than stopping? And that's where it gets uncomfortable. Because Sagittarius is used to rising above doubt by taking action. But in 2026, action without alignment may only lead to more confusion. You could end up feeling restless, unfocused, or even disconnected from the people and passions that once grounded you. The answer isn't to run faster, it's to pause. Not because you've failed, but because the next part of your journey doesn't begin with a step, it begins with stillness. This is not about giving up your adventurous soul. It's about deepening it. About turning your search inward instead of outward. What if the map you need isn't a new destination, but a return to something you once loved and forgot? What if clarity isn't on the road ahead, but waiting in the quiet place you've been avoiding? 2026 invites you to ask bigger, deeper questions, not about the world, but about yourself. What matters now? What fuels your joy without draining your peace? What dreams still make your heart feel like home? This year is about spiritual momentum, not just physical movement. It's about reconnecting with purpose, not just productivity. So what helps? Gentle practices that combine motion with mindfulness. Walking meditations. A quiet trip not to escape, but to reflect. Leaving your phone behind for an afternoon and watching the sky change. Writing not about what's next, but about what's true. Noticing the places inside you that long to be heard, not just entertained. Sagittarius, your optimism is your superpower, but even optimism needs rest. Even faith needs grounding. And even the most passionate fire needs direction. If 2026 slows you down, don't panic. Don't fill the space with noise. Let it guide you. Let it show you where you've been running on habit instead of desire. Let it teach you that stillness isn't a detour, it's part of the map. Because when a Sagittarius moves with clarity, not just motion, that's when the journey becomes transformation. That's when the road doesn't just go somewhere new, it finally leads you back to yourself. 9. Aquarius, when logic runs out of language. Aquarius, you're the visionary. The one who sees patterns before others even notice a shift. The one who questions what no one else dares to ask. In a world that often chooses comfort over truth, you choose thought, clarity, reason. You've built your strength on logic, on detachment, on standing just far enough outside the emotional noise to observe without getting pulled under. But in 2026, something changes. Not around you, within you. And the very tools you've always trusted, your mind, your intellect, your ability to analyze and move on, may not be enough. This is a fire year, and fire doesn't follow logic. It doesn't wait to be reasoned with. It surges. It exposes. It melts the barriers between thought and feeling, asking not what you know, but what you feel deeply, vulnerably, without explanation. That's where your tension begins. Because for Aquarius, emotions can feel unstructured, vague, distracting. But in 2026, the emotional volume around you rises, and staying above it may no longer be an option. You may notice it first as a sense of disconnection. People around you seem harder to reach. Conversations that once felt stimulating begin to feel shallow. You might find yourself withdrawing not out of coldness, but confusion. The language you've relied on to make sense of the world suddenly feels incomplete. It's like trying to explain a dream with only technical words. Something essential gets lost in translation. Aquarius isn't heartless. You care deeply, but your care is filtered through space and thought. That's your way of protecting your spirit. But 2026 doesn't just knock on the door of your mind, it taps on the walls around your heart. And the question is, will you let it in? This year, you may feel emotions rise unpredictably. A conversation that rattles you for days. A moment of loneliness that creeps in even in a crowd. A sense of isolation, not because no one's around, but because no one gets you in the way you crave. You might try to think your way through it, but the answers won't come from data or distance. They'll come from stillness, from presence, from the very softness you've avoided. This is your invitation. Let your logic rest, not forever, just long enough to hear the voice beneath it, the one that doesn't speak in full sentences, but in sensations, in memory, in intuition. That's where the clarity lives now, not above the emotion, but within it. How do you navigate this? Not by overcorrecting, but by balancing. Create quiet space where feeling is safe, where stillness is welcome, where there's no need to explain, just to be. Meditation, yes, but more than that, human connection. Not surface conversations, but soul-deep ones. Share something before it's fully processed. Let someone into the messy middle, not just the polished conclusion. That's where true understanding lives. Aquarius, you've spent years mastering thought. Now life is asking for a new kind of mastery, emotional presence. And not just with others, but with yourself. When you stop resisting the part of you that feels too much, too irrational, too raw, you stop cutting off the very energy that makes your vision matter. Because ideas without heart don't move people. And logic without compassion doesn't create change. So let this year be the one where you open. Gently, quietly, honestly. Let it be the year your mind and heart stop competing and start collaborating. Because when you finally allow emotion to sit at the table with reason, something incredible happens. You don't lose your clarity. You deepen it. And in that depth, Aquarius, you stop floating above the world and finally become part of it. Fully, fiercely, freely. Final. So now you've heard the 9. The signs that, according to energy patterns, emotional rhythms, and cosmic tension, are standing at a threshold in 2026. And maybe your sign was one of them. Maybe the words felt eerily familiar, or maybe they simply cracked open a quiet truth you've been carrying without language. Either way, let's make one thing very clear. This is not a forecast of doom. This is a mirror, offering you a chance to look deeper before life forces you to. This fire energy we've been speaking of, it doesn't come to punish. It comes to illuminate, to speed up the things we've delayed, to bring to the surface what's been whispering underneath. And if you felt tired, uncertain, reactive, withdrawn, you're not failing. You're feeling, you're catching the signals early. And that is a gift. What this year asks, especially for these 9 signs, is not more strength, not more productivity, not more fixing. It asks for awareness. It asks for intentional living, for boundaries that honor your peace, for truths that may shake your voice when you say them, but ground you the moment they're spoken, for decisions that might disappoint others, but finally stop disappointing you. Because we live in a world that teaches us to push through, smile on cue, perform even when we're breaking. But 2026, it isn't interested in performance. It wants the real version of you, the one who's been waiting behind the habits, the pressure, the survival. And if that version is messier, softer, slower, so be it. Fire doesn't just destroy. It reveals the foundation. It asks, what part of you still stands, even when everything else falls away? To each of you still watching, still here, I see you. I honor the inner work you're already doing, and I thank you for letting this space be one of reflection, not noise. Whether you're a Capricorn learning to let go, a Pisces protecting your softness, an Aries learning to pause, or any soul in between, this is your time not to fear the fire, but to partner with it. Let it show you what's no longer aligned. Let it push you to release what's been held too tightly for too long. Let it remind you you were never meant to just survive the year. You were meant to be transformed by it. And as you move through 2026 with all its heat, its questions, its invitations, I leave you with this: may your inner peace be louder than the noise. May your truth be stronger than your fear. And may you always remember that even when everything changes, you are still allowed to come home to yourself. Thank you for spending your time, your presence, your heart here today. I'm deeply grateful. Take care of your energy, and take care of you, because this year isn't small, and neither are you.